Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday service of Now Creations. Again, I just want to tell you what a joy it is simply to be with you, to share these moments of awareness, of kindness, of love, of connection with each other. Just a joy to be with you. I also want to mention that we have several things coming down the pipeline of Now Creations. Everything from a change in our quarterly intention to our members survey. I just ask that you be attentive to the several emails that we'll be sharing with you. With that in mind, let me now proceed to our Sunday teaching. It just continues to be a great joy to share the teachings of this Sunday service with you as we are growing together in the soul awareness, being soul aware beings that our Creator intended us to be. In today's teaching, entitled The Inner Light, Part 2, I want to talk more about you, and especially about your inner light, the illumination that you have within yourself. Very important. Before beginning, however, let me just briefly review last week's teaching concerning the inner illumination, and yet even precede that with two opening comments. The first one, so many times when a teaching is being given, the focus is on the outer circumstances of our lives, everything from relationships to finances to physical health. It's important for us to change the focus from what's happening to you, to you, to you, because you have the power within yourself to deal with the circumstances of your life. Secondly, it's vitally important for you to know the inner you, to know who you really are, consciously and clearly. It has been the uncertainty of the inner you that has diminished your ability to truly know yourself, but also to deal with your life circumstances from your higher power. It is this higher power that I now want to address in today's teaching. Let me begin with a brief review of last week's teaching that was entitled, What's Inspiring You? 2 points were very significant. The first one, I presented last week's teaching as I will from this time on, with the presumption that you are now in a fifth dimensional consciousness. That you are now in a fifth dimensional consciousness. This means that more and more you are identifying yourself as a conscious soul, as a conscious inner you, and that you daily connect your soul self with the God Spirit consciously. You are realizing that you are a participant in the larger universal God energy consciously. Secondly, I gave you a phrase that summarizes this conscious knowing. The phrase was an inner illumination. An inner illumination. This inner illumination is a conscious feeling. It is a conscious presence, which was summed up in this statement, your I am has become the God is. Your I am has become the God is. Thus, what I would like to do in today's sharing is to further explore your inner illumination. Let's begin. Well, now, wait a minute, Vince. Before you proceed, I understand that where you're leading us, but I need to make a few comments. I don't know if I have achieved this fifth dimensional consciousness, which is my soul merging with the God Spirit. I sure want to do this. But geez, I have so many old habits that weigh me down. It's not that I don't want to progress, but I know I have a lot more work to do. Perhaps some of you might be saying the very same things. I think that this is a fair comment, but let me be just as clear. It's much more important to focus on where you are going than to give your attention on where you have been. I'll say it again. It's much more important to focus on where you are going rather than simply reverting back to where you have been. The best way to get rid of baggage, old habits, is not by focusing on the old stuff, but rather by focusing on what's possible, namely your inner light, your illumination from within. As you focus on your inner light, much of the old stuff will simply stop because you have stopped feeding it. This is so important to understand. You're no longer feeding the old stuff. As you allow the law of attraction to start kicking in, focusing on the inner illumination and not feeding the old stuff, you begin to truly focus in on the inner light that increases. The inner light that you have, that you will see is more and more who you are. Your older self drops away because you have stopped feeding it. You have a new focal point, your inner illumination. I know you understand this. I want to encourage you to live it. There's also a second clarification that is helpful. The second clarification is that you are a work in process. Now, what I'd like you to focus on is not so much the word work, but rather on the word process. You are in process. You might say, the process of what? You are in the process of doing the most important thing that you have ever done in your present life. Namely, you are changing your identity. You are changing your sense of self. You are changing from seeing yourself simply as that limited human being to experiencing yourself as an eternal soul connected to your source energy. Do you realize the monumental importance of this shift of identity? Monumental importance of this shift. There's even more to consider. Not only are you a work in progress, but you have progressed immensely in your process. You're not a rookie anymore. You're not a rookie. You have progressed in your spiritual maturity. Now, very honestly, have you not? Have you not progressed? Are you not calmer, wiser, and for the most part, happier than you've ever been? You have progressed in your process of achieving your change in identity. Well, maybe not every minute of every day, but definitely more and more moments of every day. Your I am presence has become the God is presence. More and more, just more and more, you're experiencing yourself as a soul self connected to your Creator, bringing heaven to earth. And might I say, for everyone's enjoyment. With these words of progress in our process, let me now focus on your inner illumination, and may I suggest the following 5 considerations for you. The first one: when you say to yourself, "Here I am in my soul identity," when you say to yourself, "Here I am in my inner being," do you not feel good? Do you not like yourself? Are you not enjoying this soul identity? Are you not pleased with yourself? When you say, "Here I am," isn't that a source of happiness for you? Are you not truly able to say that I am happy being me? I am happy being me. What an achievement this is, to be happy being you. And this happiness is not a transitory changing happiness. It's not dependent on your circumstances, but rather it stands independently on its own. And every time you go within to your soul self, you have that wonderful feeling that you are home. And not only home, but safe at home. You're coming to know that you have an inner sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be your true self. An inner sanctuary. You can go home anytime and be pleased with yourself. And honestly, did you ever think that you would like yourself in such an all-encompassing way? You like yourself. You like being you. And may I say it again, you finally like being you. There are no sharp, rough edges within you anymore. And may I say that you not only like yourself being you, but that you are enjoying yourself being you. Would you ever have thought that you would arrive at this place of just liking to be yourself? And did you ever think that you would like to spend more time with yourself? Let me say it again. Did you ever think that you would like spending more time with yourself? And yet it's true. You like being you. What an accomplishment. The second consideration: if you like being you and spending more time in the quiet visitation of your own company, there must be a reason for this. May I suggest the following? When you are enjoying being you at these moments, you are experiencing the God self that is also a part of you. This God self that is a part of you has many, many names. They all seem to fit best under the name of the Holy Spirit. When you are experiencing your God self, you are experiencing the larger God energy that we call the Holy Spirit. At such moments, do you not feel the presence of God within you? You just feel that presence within you. Now I'm going to suggest the following thing. Try it. On such occasions, when you feel that God presence within you, have you ever said hi to God? If you haven't, perhaps you will in the future, because when you are in the God presence, God is saying hi to you. Do you not see that? Do you not feel that? Surely the hi from God will eventually be returned to say hi to God. Because in such moments, you have become family with God, a oneness with God. Hi. The third consideration. The third consideration is that the light, this conscious illumination, is now being focused inward to every fiber of your being. Let me explain what I mean by every fiber of your being. As you become more and more conscious of your soul spirit, you're beginning to realize the impact that this energy has on your physical, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. If I may give you an example. So many times during the week, I find my soul spirit becoming a stability point for my other bodies. Here's what I mean. My soul spirit tempers my thinking. My soul spirit tempers my emotions. My soul spirit tempers my chakras and my meridians. My soul spirit tempers my physical body. My soul spirit gives direction to the other parts of me. Your soul spirit will give direction to the other parts of you. The Buddhists have a wonderful term for this soul spirit guidance. They call it equanimity. Aristotle called it the golden mean. The Three Bears called it not too much, not too little, but just right. Just right. This is what I feel that my soul self does for me. It helps me in my own unique life to focus on what is just right for me. And I encourage you to go into your soul spirit and allow this inner guide to uniquely help you to know what is just right for you. We're moving in this direction. May I add that as you call upon your conscious soul spirit on a regular basis, you will realize that you have within you an unerring, spontaneous guide. Oh boy, an unerring, spontaneous guide. Is it any wonder that you are more and more confident in your life circumstances with such an incredible inner presence? It is just right all the time. Two more considerations. The fourth consideration, this inner light is a dynamic energy, which means that it is expanding your soul's possibility. There's an expanding brightness to you that not only puts you into a greater bounce in your step, but also propels you into greater possibilities in your life. Did you ever think that you would be so enthusiastic about all of your life experiences. Now reflect just for a moment on the word enthusiastic. Etymologically, it comes from two Greek words, en, which means in, and theos, meaning God. Isn't this what your enthusiasm is about? You are in God. You are in the God energy. You are in the God force. Or as Jim Self would say, you are aligned with the first ray of creation, which means that your will and the Creator's will are becoming one. You and the God illumination can't help but make you enthusiastic. And might I add, with no limitations, you have an enthusiastic, unlimited future awaiting you. Well, it's no wonder that you're excited. It's no wonder that you are joyful for your future. Again, more joyful than you have ever been. More excited than you have ever been. And now the last consideration, the fifth one. As you continue to place your inner illumination in your soul self and feel your connection to the God energy, let me suggest the following. You're probably recalling, in a sense, the words of Jesus when, among other things, he said, "You are the light of the world." You are the light of the world. Perhaps there was a time when you would look to others, trying to get light from them. But now things have changed. You sincerely, honestly have discovered your own inner light. Have you not? You've come to know your own inner light. While others continue to inspire you and you inspire them, you have discovered your own inner light. In a word, you know what you are doing, and your knowledge has given you the confidence to act accordingly. I mean, isn't this just the wonderful thing? You know what you're doing and have a confidence to act accordingly. While approaching others and appreciating them, you no longer look to them for your guidance. Rather, your inner light has become your own confident guidance. With one more addition. Others have noticed this in you as well. Whether they say it or not, others have noticed this in you as well. You are modeling a behavior. You are modeling a behavior for others, one that they too can achieve. That you, make no mistake about this, you are leading the way. You have become a light in the world. You have become a way shower for others. You have become an ambassador of God. Yes, you have. In conclusion, I will give several more teachings on the power of your inner illumination. But in the meantime, take some time this week, additional time, to reflect on today's teaching. Let it sink in. Let it become you until you become it. Allow yourself to radiate from your own inner light. Let me now take you into meditation, and what a joy it is to do so. Let us begin as we normally do by simply focusing on that presence within us. And as we focus on that presence within us, focusing on the breath, may it simply allow you to relax your body, empty your mind, and bring your soul to the fore. Please begin. And now would you simply say, here I am again. Here I am. This is me. And when you say, this is me, you mean this is the inner you. This is your soul self. And you are consciously aware of it. Take a moment to be consciously aware of the inner you, of your soul self. It's quite a charming place, isn't it? To be aware of the inner you, your soul self. And now, would you connect your soul self to the larger God Spirit? You know that place in you where you feel a oneness with God, where you elevate yourself into that larger energy. Just take a moment to elevate yourself into the God Spirit. Feel yourself as part of that larger presence. Now, right at this moment, consciously, would you just recognize how you feel? You as a soul, and yet a part of something bigger. You are a soul spirit. You are filled with the Holy Spirit. Just acknowledge this. Here I am as me, and yet bigger than me. And notice how good this makes you feel. And would you say to yourself, I like being this me. I like being this soul spirit. I really like this me. And it is you. And would you add these words, I am pleased with myself. I am pleased with what I am becoming. I am pleased with myself. Would you add these words, I like spending time with myself. I like spending time with this me. I like this. And when you understand that you are reflecting this energy, you understand that you are a light in the world. This is what the world so desperately is looking for. They're looking for your light. They're looking for you. And did I mention that at any time when you have shown your light in the world and have fulfilled all of your daily responsibilities, that you can go home, that you can go home to yourself, for you now have an inner sanctuary in which you can retreat at any moment and feel the beauty of yourself filled with the power of the Holy Spirit. You are capable of being in the inner sanctuary. For some, it'll be the sanctuary of the pink diamond. When we now play our closing song, will you allow the namaste to be addressed to the inner you? And may you honor yourself.
I honor thee. Deep within, peace resides, faith abounds, and love abides. The light shines bright to illumine love without, love within. I honor thee. I honor thee. Namaste. I honor thee. I honor thee. I honor thee. Namaste. I honor thee. When you are where you need to be, within that space, I honor thee. Seen through eyes, an illusion, seen through spirit, we are one. I honor thee. I honor thee. I honor thee. Namaste. I honor thee. I honor thee. I honor thee. Namaste. I honor thee. Namaste. I honor
May you be pleased with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Then realize what a blessing you are to all of life. What a joy to say to you, Namaste.